So let's say the agency has a package where they're going to do something for you, and it's a $1,000 package, right? Now you're getting that content creation, right? It's the first step, right? Content creation. They're going to go ahead and create some content for you to distribute. So let me tell you what this does, right? Let me tell you how this solves a huge problem if you can have a digital marketing agency create content for you, right? The huge problem that this is going to be able to solve is you're not going to, it's a job that now that removed from you, and now they're taking it and providing a schedule for you. So now you don't have to have creators fog, right? So that's when you're just frustrated. You don't know what to create. You don't know what you want to do. Everything's frustrated. You don't know what to do. They came in and took care of that for you. Don't worry about that. We got this taken care of for you. We know what we're going to do. We have the ideas. We're going to execute. We're going to, this is what we're doing. We have to stick to this plan, right? We're going to improve. This is what we're going to do. They came in and took that off of you. So if you're running a beauty salon, if you're doing food, if you're doing basketball training, you can focus on your clients in the basketball instead of holding a camera and wondering what questions to ask and wondering what to post and wondering what the schedule is. And all right, how are my BEM experts doing? Stands for brands experts, marketing experts doing, right? How's everybody doing? James Lee Love, Brands Experts Marketing, here for another episode of Brands Experts Podcast for brands marketing expertise. Our expertise is digital marketing, right? For tech focused brands. So that's what we're talking about today. And thank you guys for joining us, right? We're getting real close to, if not at episode 50, right? We're in that area. Just like to thank everybody's been rocking with us. For those that are just rocking with us, or those that are rocking with us in the future, just like to tell you thank you for checking out the content, growing your brands, and just, consuming this great content that we're here to provide for you and your brand to make sure you're successful with the things you're doing, and, have this resource here to grow and accomplish your goals with your brand, grow your income, and all that, great, incredible stuff. We got a lot of great stuff. We're closing out 2023 with, moving into 2024, but just want to tell you thank you, and we appreciate you for growing with us and, doing your thing. We also have our other podcast, Brands Marketing Community, where brands show how to use marketing to strengthen their brand communities. So you got time, check that out. Really great. And let's get into this episode. So today we're talking about how to use a digital marketing agency, right, to grow your brand income. Okay. And of course, we'll also get into why, it'd be a great idea for you to do that. Now, this is the problem that a lot of brands are running into. A lot of brands are doing everything they sell. A lot of brands are doing everything they sell themselves, right? That's not good to do everything yourself. That's terrible. Because here's what happens, okay? We'll get into the problem that happens, right? And then we'll get into a solution. And, we're going to go why we think we're, a good solution if you are tech focused, if you're using tech with your brand, right? That's something that you do, rather than a digital space or whatnot, right? Why we're a good solution. But let's get into the problem first and foremost. So the problem that ends up happening is, right, a lot of people are not in the marketing space, right? You run a salon or a barbershop or you cook food. Here's what happens, right? The filming, the talking to your client, the doing all this stuff, the creating ads, the creating the distribution content that needs to go out to platforms, creating marketing SOPs, following those marketing SOPs, doing marketing training, right? Digital marketing training is specifically. That's not something that most brands are doing or enjoy doing. So what ends up happening is you're going to get inconsistent marketing. Okay. So if you're doing hair, right, you wake up, get to doing hair, right? You don't have that content ready to post. You don't have nothing to look over. You're doing hair for 2-3 days. Those 2-3 days you didn't post. You didn't post anything on your website. You didn't get your email campaign ready for the week or the month, whatever your schedule is. You don't even know what you should be doing. And then you wonder why you're not keeping the clients and customers you have, or you're not getting new clients and customers. You're wondering where the problem is. The problem is you're not investing into that area, right? Your clients and customers, you're not getting any content, right? You have to get content. You know, Nikki from Nikki and Moose, shout out to Nikki. She said that if you don't have any content, you basically don't have a brand. That's bad. That's bad. So, that's how important content is. Like if you don't have content, you don't have a brand. That's a big problem to be having, not having content, right? In today's world, people are on social media. People want to believe something, right? Because we're still staying on the problem part of this, but if there's 10 brands, right? There's 10 brands, and this one's putting up content every day. This one's putting up content once a week. This one's putting up content once a month, right? And these are all small businesses. You're gonna trust the one that's putting up content. Oh, look, they were working over here. They were doing a project. They were working with the kids. They were at this school. They were showing us how to do stuff. They actually showed, different products. Say it was a beauty salon. Showed us how to, do our hair properly. Whatever the case is, you're more likely to do business with that company because they have more content. It's more believable than a company that's not doing anything, and then you're just sitting there in the wind wondering what's going on. That's not the position that we want you in. We want you in a better position. Like we want content being created for your brand, right? And we want that content distributed, right? We want that content distributed. You have to remember, right? All these social platforms are distribution. They're distribution centers, really. And every time you upload, they're distributing your content to your audience and to other organic audience that will find your content, right? But that's the problem. You're not able to stay creative in doing what you love, and you're getting frustrated with your marketing. And so when those things start to happen, you're getting off track with your brand. You're getting away from what you like doing. Or if you do like doing it, you're not staying updated. You're not learning because technology grows so fast that if you're not staying up to date with what you want to do, making sure your website is up to date, making sure you're creating new content, making sure you're uploading it, making sure you're getting on new podcasts, making sure you're networking correctly, making sure that your space is presentable and ready for pictures and content, and your phone is set up correctly, and you have the right offer to keep your clients coming back and also bring in new clients and customers. If you're not having those things, if you don't have an agency doing this for you, you're going to struggle. You're not going to know what to do. You need an agency to do it for you if you're not really on top of it like that. And most companies aren't putting up content every day, 3 to 12 pieces, at least 3 to 12 pieces every single day. All your social platforms that you use, right? So what does that mean? That means if you're using Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever the other one, your website and your email, right? You get all, you're doing the content, but you have your schedule for the week, right? It could be 3 days a week on the email, every day on the other platforms, and also every day on your website. Okay. So now we'll tell you how agency is going to fix this problem for you, right? So let's say the agency has a package where they're going to do something for you, and it's a $1,000 package, right? Now you're getting that content creation, right? It's the first step, right? Content creation. They're going to go ahead and create some content for you to distribute. So let me tell you what this does, right? Let me tell you how this solves a huge problem if you can have a digital marketing agency create content for you, right? The huge problem that this is going to be able to solve is it's a job that removed from you, and now they're taking it and providing a schedule for you. So now you don't have to have creator's fog, right? So that's when you're just frustrated. You don't know what to create. You don't know what you want to do. Everything's frustrated. You don't know what to do. They came in and took care of that for you. Don't worry about that. We got this taken care of for you. We know what we're going to do. We have the ideas. We're going to execute. We're going to, this is what we're doing. We have to stick to this plan, right? We're going to improve. This is what we're going to do. They came in and took that off of you. So if you're running a beauty salon, if you're doing food, if you're doing basketball training, you can focus on your clients in the basketball instead of holding a camera and wondering what questions to ask and wondering what to post and wondering what the schedule is. And they're going to take it. They're going to provide you with that weekly schedule. Hey, we're posting on Mondays. This is what we're going to roll up. This is what the hook's going to be. This is what the content's going to be. We're going to use this podcast content. We're going to also have our updated ads running for the next 3 months, right? These are the areas that we're going to target, right? So these are the things that we're going to do. If you have that ready and you have that locked in, you're in a much better position than just going random. And right, another asset that you get from it, because the main piece of marketing that you get is the analytics, your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, you're struggling. You have to know your numbers. Like a lot of businesses, they get mixed up with marketing and they're looking to go viral. You need to go consistent, right? 99% of success is determined by your consistency. So now you're not trying to go viral. You're just trying to be, you're learning a skill and you're being consistent, right? You're being consistent now. So now you get to be consistent. You get to focus on that consistency side of your brand, right? Of every day showing up and saying, I have something to post, to use. Because the problem that we heard Gary Vee said, right? And we thought this was incredible that he said this on a recent podcast episode. I was listening to driving and he said the main reason why he does speaking engagements is for the content. Thought that was incredible because he's in a position extremely successful in everything that he does or that he owns and everything. He said he does speaking engagements for content, right? That's why he's doing it. So he doesn't have to speak. He doesn't have to do a lot of things he does, but he does them to have that content to post every day. Because what you'll realize is as time goes on, you'll need content. You'll actually need, like, where are you going to get content from? What are you going to do? And so to have new people to meet, he has, different things he can do. So now he can use this speaking to in front of a crowd, create very unique points to have. Now he has video content, audio content, um, you know, projects and events he could do with other companies and people. So that right there is incredible. So somebody that's successful still needs content. Okay. So if you're thinking, well, I don't need to do that, I don't need to go that route, you're totally lost right now. Companies are coming up, taking market share from you. That's not something you want. That's not something you need. And that's another reason why you need to hire a digital marketing agency, right? The main reason, we're letting you know this is we don't want you lost. We don't want you putting money in the wrong areas. Keep focusing on, wasting money, right, on doing things that aren't working. And want you to invest in the areas that are working, right? So just wanted to let you know that, right? Like how important marketing is in digital marketing. So the next piece of this we're going to get into, right? Why it's so important to do this, right? You got now, right? You can focus on your brand. So we clean that up. That if you're unfocused on your brand, the marketing's too frustrating, you don't have ideas, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to sit down and talk about. We took that from it, right? Now you have analytics, right? You got numbers you can look at and see what's working, what's not working. You have that working for you, right? So you got those two things working for you. The last piece that you're going to get to work for you is you're going to get growth from your audience, right? You're going to get to see your audience grow, okay? Like what we mean by that is not as just, oh, go on social media, look at the number of the person. No, specific metrics from growth, right? Client feedback, right? So client and customer feedback. How was the product, and when are they going to buy again, and how how are you going to reward them, and what is going to be the offer from that? Because the third piece, and this is something that we feel is not talked about enough in the marketing space and digital marketing space, yes, there's lead gen, but what about lead nurture, right? There's not as much focus on lead nurture. There's a lot of lead generation that goes on. We want to get your emails. We want to send you something every day. But what about when they purchase? Where's the nurturing happen? Where does that happen? Right? Well, that's something that we want to happen through a digital marketing agency. Okay. Somebody like us, we're going to take care of that nurturing process, because once they purchase, we feel like they voted for your brand. They voted for you, right? And what you're doing. And you need to they need to receive discounts. They need to any events, they need tickets, right? If because they already invested in you, right? And so once they invested in you, right, and especially if you have content with them, especially if they have a good video review testimonial, oh, they need tickets to your event. Oh, if you're doing a holiday shirt, they need that. You need to make sure you send that. But you wouldn't have the idea most of the time without a digital marketing agency to come through. Let's look at your client data, who purchased what, when they purchased it, what were the thank you letters, what did they look like, what are the offers that we rolled out to them, how many converted on the second go around, you know where's the what do we do with the content, did we invite any of those out to events that we have, did we get any of those on podcasts and other things to talk about what's going on and how they feel to be a part of what we're doing. These are the reasons when we have this kind of data and this kind of culture in our brand. That's where we start to lift our brand up from being a barber shop, a beauty salon, or an influencer, and actually creating a strong brand, right? Brand recognition. People recognize, oh, this is Cherie. She does AV chamber events for Antelope Valley Chamber of Commerce. you know this is you know Jason from Emphasis LA. He makes websites, right? Because you see the content, you see it coming out daily, you see, what's going on, and then this person feels so good. Whoever your clients are, they want to tell the next person. So that's what it is. That's how you solve this problem, right? And yeah, so we want these problems solved. So remember, right now that we have all three, right? So now that all three are out there, you can first thing you can go back to focus on what you love doing. Okay. Number two, you have a schedule for all your marketing stuff that you're doing, right? You have schedules, SOPs, standard operating procedures. So it's not just random. You have all this stuff done. That's the second. And the third thing is that you have um, lead nurture. Okay, you're nurturing them. You're nurturing your community now. So these are the things that you're gonna have now, and we're you know excited that you have that. The next thing that we're going to talk about now is, well, how do you pick who to work with? How you pick who to work with? How we would say do this is the best way. Rather go to their website or social media and get value from there. So get help from there for free. They should have a free option in today's world, rather social media page, whatever the case. Ours is Brands Experts Marketing. So just go there. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. What is the other one? TikTok. All of them. Just go there. You will get help. You will see experts that are growing. You will see beginner level experts. You'll see people just getting to the expert space. You will see all that, and you will get to experience that. But we want you to go to these places and get help, right? Look at what they're doing. Look at who they're working with. Don't just say, oh, see this person by themselves 100 times and think, oh, well, this is the person. You need to see them work with other people. You need to see a consistent flow of content, right? You need to see this kind of stuff. You need to see what they're talking about, right? Try some of the things that they're talking about, okay? That's what we want you to do. Try some of the stuff out. Everything's not going to work the first time. That's okay. Try some of the stuff out. Try. If they're telling you to post every day, right? But if you know you can't do it, go to their channels, and hit them up, like whatever they tell you. If they tell you to go to their website, click, work with us right on the homepage, then you click there, right? So these are the things we want you to do. Also, want you to look at training programs that these companies have, right? You need to get into a training program. You need to always be getting better. Okay, so you need to get into training programs that they have. Reach out, send a phone call, send an email. If they got something that you can get into that's pretty cost effective or whatever the case, get in there and get some training. Right, you need training. So if these places have a training program, get into the training program. Right, no matter what it is, get into the newsletter, and yeah, just get going. And if you're really serious about what you're doing, like, get one of their packages and start off and try it out. That to me is the number one effective way to be successful, because if you get that package and you get started, what will happen is now you invested, and now you're going to believe that it can work. And once you believe it can work, now you have expectation. Now you're going to care more. So if you, let's say the beginning package is for a virtual thing that they're going to do for you, create content for you virtually. So you're going to be getting on Zoom, you're going to be a podcast guest, you're going to do this kind of stuff, and it's going to start off virtually. And let's say it started at $800. You made an investment. Now you care. But a lot of times you don't make an investment. If you don't care, you don't pay attention, it's not going to work no matter what's going on, because you're not taking it serious. You have to take this stuff serious for it to work, right? And so that's what we believe. And so if you're ready to do your thing, to take your stuff, to the next level, go to brandsexpertsmarketing.com, right? And right on the top, as soon as you get to the home page, you'll say work with us. Click that button. You'll see the different packages that we have. But it's not just us, right? It's not just us. You can work with different digital marketing agencies to get the help. But don't do everything by yourself. If you're doing something, focus on that. And let the experts come in on the marketing side and take care of that for you, so you can go back to doing what you love doing. And they're there to help you get your word out to the world, be consistent, create new habits, and create better skills. Because if you're continuing to learn every month, you're going to be able to transfer that culture into your brand, right? So if you need people presentable, you'll able to transfer new levels of culture. Hey, we want you in long sleeve shirts. We want you in collar shirts. We want your hair cut. We want you to be well groomed. Hey, we're doing an interview in here, so we want this place tidied up. Hey, we want all of our employees to share this on their social media pages when this drops on Monday. You're going to be able to create marketing plans for your whole team. This is what this does when you work with a good digital marketing agency. They're going to take care of this heavy lifting for you that you're afraid to do, because they can even do it for you. They can help you create these SOPs. They can send these emails out for you. They can do all this stuff, and that's what you need done. And we're here to tell you that you don't have to stress about it. There's companies that can help you with this, and we're here for you, okay? That's what we're here for you. We're here for you to make sure you're successful, to make sure you can stay focused, being an expert in what you do. We're an expert on the marketing side, so we're going to make sure you're successful with that. Yeah, that's what we're here for. So this is James Lee Love signing out. Another incredible episode of Brands Experts Podcast. Let's go. Incredible stuff coming up too, so be on the lookout for it on our other podcasts, Brands Marketing Community. You're going to be able to meet some incredible experts and see what's going on in some incredible stores and all that kind of stuff. So, we're finishing off 2023 strong, very strong. Okay, so that's how we finishing it off. And yeah, just stay focused and dedicated in everything that you do. Be an expert in whatever it is that you do. Continue to learn, prosper, and you will get all the goals that you want. You will get those. James Lee Love signing out. Let's go. Brands Experts Podcast on brands as a part of Brands Experts Marketing. Digital marketing agency with tech focused brands.